Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. All right, there we go. We are live. Cool. Shutting off the audio on my laptop here. Welcome to today's call. We will get started in about 30 seconds or so. About 2 minutes late, so I apologize for that. I'm going to talk about launching a job-replacing e-commerce Shopify store without sacrificing your money, your sanity, or your reputation. Dive in here in just a few seconds. All right, let's get started here. Welcome to the call. Again, we're going to talk about how to launch a job-replacing e-commerce store without sacrificing your money, your sanity, or your reputation. Before we continue, I'm going to share with you why I feel e-commerce is the ultimate lifestyle business and how you can get started in as little as 1 to 2 hours per day, even working a full-time job, how you can visualize your way to success, and exactly how I use this to take my dad on a trip of a lifetime last spring. The counterintuitive way to find a passionate niche and why you want to go against the grain. You don't want to follow the herd. You don't want to do what everyone else is doing. Most people have kind of that sheep mentality and struggle. So it's very, very important to go against the grain. I'm also going to share with you 5 websites that you can buy products from today and sell for 3 to 10x, or possibly even a little bit more. 3 to 10x is kind of the sweet spot. How to use your customers' money to buy the items, virtually eliminating any risk on your part, no inventory to store and hope that it sells. And I'm going to share with you the shockingly simple 5 steps to launching a job-replacing e-commerce store. So the ultimate lifestyle business, just about any internet business you can run from anywhere in the world. All you need is a laptop and internet connection. That's what a lot of people talk about. This in e-commerce business really is no different. A lot of people think with e-commerce, you have to have like a warehouse and things like that, and you have to be kind of tied to a certain location. That's not furthest from the truth. You can run this just about anywhere in the world. Again, laptop and internet connection is all you need. You can get started with this business running it 1 to 2 hours per day. I'm going to share with you a couple case studies of a couple gentlemen that started while they were working full-time jobs and dedicating a couple hours a day and grew. They grew it from there. If you have more time to dedicate, you're probably going to see success a little bit faster. But again, you can get started in 1 to 2 hours per day. And maybe the weekdays are, I should say 1 to 2 hours per day on average. Let's say 10 to 12 hours per week. If you want to like batch it and do 6 hours on Saturday, you could do something like that. Or if you have more free time on the weekend. So I don't want you to think, oh, I can't do it because Monday through Thursday, I'm busy with work. I work 14 hours a day, something like that. So it's probably 15 hours per week. Again, average 1 to 2 hours per day. It's very easy to hire help. For some reason, I'm not sure why it is. I did a local marketing business from 2010 to 2015, and for some reason, I had a hard time hiring help. I don't know why. E-commerce, I hired my first 2 assistants in the 3rd month, and it helped with customer support, Facebook maintenance, warehouse coordination, talking with the warehouse people, kind of coordinating deliveries, refunds, exchanges, things like that, product selection, order fulfillment, etc. And once you hire help, you can scale the business. It's insane. I went from about $2,200 in sales month 2 to $15,000 in sales month 3. And the biggest reason was I hired an assistant in the middle of month 3 and then another one at the end of month 3. And it was because they were helping me do the customer support, Facebook maintenance, warehouse, or not warehouse at that time, product selection, things like that. And I was able to focus and work on my business, not necessarily in it, and launching more Facebook ads, testing more products, finding winners, things like that. So once I hired help, I hired help at $100 a day. That was my barometer, I guess you could say, for hiring help. And within like a week or 2, I think we were doing $400 a day. It was insane because I wasn't doing all like the the work that she took over for me, so I could focus on building the business. So really scaled it up. Like, again, it's very easy to hire help. I went through a few assistants over the years. It's very easy to train them. It really, I joke around that a monkey could do it. If you could train a monkey, it's really not that hard to do. So when you hire help, it's going to be an investment, because you're going to be able to make more money. You're going to scale it up faster. So this business allows me to, on the far left, taken Ava and Ashton for a wagon ride. We try to do that pretty much daily. Now that the weather's getting a little bit nicer here in February in Las Vegas, the winter times it's a little bit cold, but this was last fall, I think it was. We'd take a wagon ride. We have a little park in the neighborhood that I take them up to. The next picture is Ava on the school bus. She is 3 years old, and I am fortunate enough to be able to put her on the school bus every morning about 8:30, and then I'm here at 11:45 when she gets dropped off. Pretty cool to be able to do that. This third picture is a picture of Ashton. He's kind of playing with a stick. That's up at the park here in the neighborhood. And then the next picture is Ava. We had spaghetti for lunch that day, and you could see she got more on her face than she probably did in her mouth. But I have that luxury to be able to sit and eat lunch with her, take her over to the daycare when she gets off the bus, or stay at home. Sometimes we just stay at home. So I have that luxury. It's cool. I get to eat lunch with the kids every day if I want. So my promise to you is, I'm going to, in this webinar, I'm going to share with you a step-by-step strategy for launching a job-replacing e-commerce store in the next 30 days without sacrificing your money, your sanity, or your reputation. Now, I'm not saying job-replacing in the next 30 days. I'm just saying setting up the foundation. Maybe you could quit your job in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year from now. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but I want to show you to set up a foundation for the first 30 days. And it's kind of up to you. Again, how much time you can dedicate to it, how much money you can invest in it. It's kind of completely up to you. But once you have the foundation in place, it's pretty simple. So does this sound like you? Are you a dad with debt working 50 hours per week? Do you hate your 9-to-5, feel trapped, but you know you need to provide for your family? Do you have a desire to build an online business to make a decent income that allows you more time with your family? Do you feel like you have no direction, no support, and no strategy to help you build an online business? The real problem, from what I've seen, is you're not doing something that lights you up. I see it over the years, and I'm speaking from, like I said, years of experience, doing something, chasing the money, in doing something, kind of jumping from business idea to business idea, because you're not all in on it. You're not truly passionate about it. It doesn't fire you up. It's not fulfilling. And I did this with my first Shopify store, truth be told. I chased the money. I did very, very well. And then I got burned out. I was selling women's jewelry, and I kind of hit a wall. I did hit a wall. And I denied it for a few months. And then finally I just said, I can't do it anymore. I don't have a passion to sell women's jewelry. I made a lot of money, but I got burned out, and I kind of walked away from the store because it wasn't lighting me up. I couldn't relate to, I'm a 35-year-old male. I couldn't relate to a 58-year-old in Texas who's buying a pair of butterfly earrings. It wasn't natural for me. So I wasn't all in. At first I was all in for the money, and then I kind of got burned out. So I'm speaking from a ton of experience. And swimming across the lake, I like to kind of compare it. A lot of people jump from business idea to business idea. They swim halfway across the lake. They get tired, they get bored, they get stressed out, and they turn around and swim back. And if you swim halfway across the lake, you might as well swim all the way across the lake. So a lot of people, again, will go halfway across the lake. And again, I'm guilty as charged. I've done this numerous times over the years. So I am speaking from, I'm an expert at this. Swimming halfway across the lake, a quarter of the way across the lake, changing direction, going back to shore. So that's kind of my little analogy of swimming across the lake. Successful entrepreneurs, from what I've seen, do something that is fulfilling to them, something they have a passion for, something that kind of lights them up, something they get excited about, something they kind of so-called jump out of bed every morning. Of course, not every morning. You're not going to jump out of bed. There will be days that'll be slow or tough, weeks that'll be slow or tough. But again, if you're doing something that you have a passion for, doing something that you have an interest in, that's fulfilling, that makes you happy, you'll be able to push through those slow days or those tough weeks. So successful entrepreneurs are focused on one business model and keep things simple. I just got off a coaching call with a lady, actually. I'm helping her with her Shopify store. She's over in London, England, actually. And I was talking with her, and she kind of, she launched a ton of, she was complicating things. She was kind of taking information from what she heard in some Facebook groups, different trainings and that. And I'm trying to keep it simple for her. And so I kind of got on her this morning, said, hey, we got to keep this simple. the complexity is just, it's overwhelming. You know, she was kind of lost, you know, in a couple products. Her Facebook ads were out of control. And we just talked on Monday, and today is Thursday, and things went really out of control from Monday to Thursday. So keeping it simple is so key. And I'm going to share a quote with you. A quote from that I found in December from Steve Jobs. It was like a meme. This is so powerful. Focus and simplicity. Once you get there, you can move mountains. And actually, I just watched the Warren Buffett documentary just this past weekend. Just a couple days ago, I sent an email out about it. And it was when Warren Buffett first met Bill Gates. They had a dinner party or a dinner thing. And Bill Gates' mom was like the dinner host. And there was a bunch of people, I don't know, 15, 20 people sitting around the dinner table. And she asked each of them, I think she passed out like a note card and asked each of them to write down what their secret to success was, or why they were successful. What did they give credit to being successful for? And each of them wrote down why they were successful, or what the one thing that brought them their success. Warren Buffett and Bill Gates wrote the same thing down. It was one word. It blew me away. Again, I just watched this on Sunday night. And it was focus. Both of them wrote down the same word. They weren't sitting next to each other that I know of. They weren't like looking at each other's answers. That was both of their reasons. So Steve Jobs, right here in this quote, talks about focus. Warren Buffett and Bill Gates all talk about how powerful focus is. So focusing, again, like Steve Jobs says, focus and simplicity. Once you get there, you can move mountains. And what I see is a lot of people overcomplicating it. Again, I'm speaking from years of experience. I'm really, really, really good at overcomplicating things for some damn reason. I think we all are. So focus and simplicity. Once you get there, you can move mountains. So focus on one business model, commit to it, decide on the business model, and go all in, you know, kind of put on your blinders. And again, keep things simple. So about me, real quick, I'm a stay-at-home dad with two beautiful, healthy little kids. That's Ava on the left, Ashton on the right. My first year, my first Shopify store generated just a little over $263,000. That's in sales. That is not profit. Profit, I think it's 22 or 25%, 22%, something like that. Again, about 10 months in, I kind of hit that wall. And didn't do much with it and haven't done much with it since. I've been an online entrepreneur since 2010, doing various different business models. I have a post in the Huffington Post. A long time ago, 2012 or 13, I wrote a blog post about Will Ferrell and small business owners, and someone from the New York Times linked to my blog post. So I wasn't featured in the New York Times, but I thought it was pretty cool to get a link from the New York Times to my blog post. I thought that was going to bring me in a ton of money, a ton of clients, a ton of website traffic. It brought me in nothing. I think I got like 4 visitors. But still, I thought it was cool that I would not featured in the New York Times, but I was mentioned. The Rasmussen College is like an online college. I gave I filled out some form and they quoted me in it. That was my so-called claim to fame. I prefer cheeseburgers over steak. After 25 years of gray skies and snow in April, I left Michigan for the bright lights of Sin City. No job, no connections, no family, no place to live. Packed up the U-Haul, and my mom and I drove out here. She flew back to Michigan, and I somehow made it. That was 11 years ago, or 10 and a half years ago now. My specialty and what really lights me up and fires me up is helping dadpreneurs build an online business while raising a family at the same time. I'm not all about hustling and grinding and working 24/7 and no sleep and things like that. I'm the complete opposite. I'm lazy. I like to be efficient with my work and work a couple hours a day while being with the family. So I'm not looking to build some multi-million dollar business. I'm purely in it for the lifestyle. I am nothing special. Self-doubt is my kryptonite. I deal with self-doubt every single damn day. I deal with it before every single webinar I come on. Self-doubt, there's so many. I always am dealing with self-doubt. And from what I've learned over the last 6 months, I've really asked people how they deal with self-doubt. In best-selling authors, New York Times best-selling authors I've reached out to and asked them, what's your secret? How do you not deal with self-doubt? And just about every single one of them deals with self-doubt on a daily basis. They're just much, much better at managing it. That's what I found in the high achievers. So everybody deals with it. It's okay. It's a struggle. It's an everyday struggle. It's something I work on every day. And I'll get into that in a couple slides on what I do to kind of what I do to manage it, I should say. So I have a confession. When I got started in 2010, I was I was just starting to date this girl. I obviously had no kids back then because that was 7 years ago. I had big dreams. A house in the Hollywood Hills. I wanted multiple Lamborghinis, multiple Teslas. I wanted a chef who grilled me cheeseburgers every single night. I wanted to eat pizza for breakfast. I wanted ice cream sundaes for lunch. I had these big, 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 big dreams. I wanted someone who folded my laundry and put it away for me because that's the one chore that I absolutely hate. And I wanted someone to do my grocery shopping because that is another chore I absolutely hate. So over the years, I made some money, but I struggled. It was up and down. It was very inconsistent. A couple months I did really well. A couple months I did really, really, really bad. Cashed out the 401k. Repossession on the car was very close. Got multiple letters. Foreclosed on the house. Almost. I got multiple letters. Worked a deal out with the bank. Worked a deal out with the loan, the company for the car, and never got it taken away. But still, scary, scary shit. So it was really a struggle. The end result, I was frustrated and overwhelmed. I was lost. I was scared, and I just wanted to make a consistent income. And kind of the turning point was June of 2015. I had a friend of mine reach out to me and ask if I had done anything on Shopify. I told her I hadn't. I was doing local marketing. I had a few real estate clients. That was kind of my niche. I helped real estate clients do Facebook advertising. And I had a few clients that I was working with. And I was kind of dabbling in Amazon at the time. I was about 60 days into an Amazon business, had a couple thousand in a course, in inventory, learning the ropes and things like that. Wasn't having much success with Amazon. 2 months in and I hadn't made a penny. I had a couple $1,000s invested in it. I was frustrated. My friend kept bugging me about the Shopify thing. I kind of ignored her for, I don't know, it was probably about a month. And then finally I listened to her and said, you know what, I'm going to give this a try. Why not? I'm juggling 18 things. Again, I wasn't focused. I was running a marketing company, agency with a few clients. I was trying to launch this Amazon business, which was not working. I shouldn't say it wasn't working. It was taking a lot longer than I thought. And so I said, hey, why not? Let's add more to my damn plate. And so I started this Shopify store. I made a sale in 20 hours. The store was nowhere near complete. I don't think I had an about page. I didn't have a logo. I think I had 4 products or 5 products in the store. Launched Facebook ads. I spent $13 on a domain name. I think it was, $13 on a domain name. That was it. Got the free 14-day trial from Shopify, and I made a sale in 20 hours. And I joke around with people. It was like a drug. I couldn't believe how fast I made money. And like I said, I'm doing this Amazon business for 60 damn days. I hadn't made a penny yet. I spent a ton of money. And so I spent $13 on a domain name, and I already made a sale. I think day 2, I can't remember if I made a sale. I don't think I made a sale on the second day. Third day, I think I made a sale. I started with $5 a day. And then I got ballsy and I went to $7 a day. And then I went to $8 a day, then $11 a day, and then $17 a day. And I just grew up from there. Eventually, I was spending $1,500 per day on Facebook advertising, which blows me away to even think about spending $1,500 a day. But I started small. And I started in June, just kind of dabbling in it. I think I did about $250 in sales, not retirement money. And in July, I spent a little more time on it, did about $2,200. This Amazon business, at the end of July, I made a decision and said, you know what, this Amazon business is not working. I had made a couple sales, but it was at a steep discount because you have to kind of game the system with Amazon and get reviews and things like that. And so at the end of July, I said, you know what, I'm going to pull the plug on this Amazon business. It's not working. I'm done with it. I'm done looking for clients in my agency, my real estate marketing agency. All I'm going to do is take care of I think I had 4 clients at the time. I'm going to take care of these 4 clients. But I'm going all in on Shopify. That's again, I came down to focus. And what happened next was rather unexpected. Like I said, I did a little over $15,000 in the third month. And like I said, I hired the assistant middle of August, and then I hired another assistant at the end of August, beginning of September, I think it was. They were friends. They weren't working both full time. But when I hired both of them, it allowed me to do, like I said, really, really, really grow the business. I think I did $26,000 in sales in the 4th month. But what this allowed me to do was start knocking out some debt. I started paying down my car. I wiped out my credit card debt completely in September 2015. I haven't had a credit card in years. I have 0 credit card debt. I started hammering down my student loans. I had a couple medical bills that were, I don't know, under $1,000. Paid those off. I started paying off debt. That was my big thing. When I started making money, I was actually smart with it, and I wasn't going to buy new tennis shoes and blue jeans and stereos for my car. I was being a responsible adult and knocking down debt. So the turning point, here's why this is important. Brandon, a guy I coached, used my proven strategy and quit his job after 4 months of implementing the Piss Off Boss program. I just got word 2 days ago he's done $1 million in sales in the last 6 months. He's a go-getter. He's 25. He's single. Has no kids. He has a fiance. Has no kids. So he wants to build a multi-million-dollar e-commerce businesses. He has a different. He does things different. But I gave him kind of the foundation. He followed along, and now he's doing doing extremely, extremely well. So this is a shockingly simple system for starting a job replacing e-commerce business without sacrificing your money, your sanity, or your reputation. And I want to help you to tell your boss to piss off in the next 6 months. So let's go over the 5 keys to a job replacing e-commerce store. Number 1, this is absolutely the most important. That's why I start with it. It is the absolute foundation. This is for really anything in life, to be honest, not just a Shopify store. It's online business. It's a family. It's relationships. Mastering your mind for success. This is something I feel you have to work on daily. It's a non-negotiable for me. It's something I work on every single day. It's something I'll work on for the rest of my life. This business, honestly, is 10% strategy and tactics. I'm going to lay it all out on the line here today. And it's 90% what goes on between your ears. It's 90% mindset, if not 95%. The strategy and tactics are pretty damn simple, to be honest with you. So number 1, I do every single day is I meditate. I only do about 10 minutes a day, 5 to 10 minutes. I'd like to do more, but still 5 to 10 minutes helps big time. So I meditate on a daily basis. I keep track of this. I have a sheet that I print off. It's sitting right here on my desk. I'm old school. I print a piece of paper off and I do check marks and I check, meditate. Did I meditate today? And I keep score every single week. I journal. This is a non-negotiable. This is the first thing I do every single morning before I touch my phone, before I get on Facebook, email, Shopify, whatever it is, I journal. I write down 2 things that I'm grateful for every single morning. I write down daily intentions. I write out my goals 5 times each every single morning, and then I journal. I just kind of brain dump, write whatever's on my mind. Sometimes it's a paragraph or 2. Sometimes it's a page or 2. It just really depends. Journaling is so important. It's so helpful for me to get clarity. It's amazing. It's very, very, very therapeutic to me. I read. This is absolutely 100%. I read every single day, at least 20 minutes a day. I'm talking about of a book, not blog posts and things like that. But out of a book, I read 20 minutes. 30 minutes a day, 45 minutes sometimes, but at least 20 minutes. I try to read 2 books every single month. And that's actually one of my goals that I write out 5 times a day, read 2 books a month. Daily intentions. I write out things. I act as if I'm already there. I act as if I already have them. I helped 8 dads quit their jobs last week. I drive a white Tesla. I'm happy. I am proud of myself. I am this. I am that. Again, I act as if I'm already there living that life. So it's not like I want or I wish I had or I wish this. It's I am. I have this stuff already, or these feelings or whatever it is. So here's a picture of my dad and I. I had my graphic designer, or I had my mom email me this picture last year. And it was a picture of my dad and I at their house. And so I had my graphic designer Photoshop, or pull the picture of my dad and I off of like the back, remove the background of their house and Photoshop it onto this hole right here. It's as you can tell, or maybe you can't. It is the 14th hole of the Masters. It's a golf tournament in Augusta, Georgia. My dad's a huge fan of golf. I've always had the dream to take my dad to the Masters. It's very, very, very expensive, and I've never had the money to be able to do it. So last year, I had this picture done, and I saved this on my desktop computer. And this was something that I looked at every single day for 5 minutes a day, 3 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 7 minutes a day. I would just minimize everything, sitting at this desk I'm at right now, minimize everything, and just stare at this picture, and I would just look at it. I would use all 5 of my senses when I visualized. I would do smell, taste, feel, everything. I would think about the plane ride. I would think about what we wore. I would think about our car rental, hotel, what it would smell like getting to the golf course, feel like touching the grass, and just everything, the sounds, the birds chirping, things like that, the lush green, as you can tell. And so I did this every single day. I wrote it out. Or no, I'm sorry, I didn't write it out every day. I said it out loud every single day. I'd take my dad. It was one of my goals. And last year, I was able to take him to the Masters for his 62nd birthday, which was super, super, super cool. Unfortunately, they do not allow pictures. I'm sorry, they do not allow cameras, or your cell phone, I should say, into the masters. So I could not get a picture inside the masters. So this is my dad and I on the outside. The reason I was able to take him was the visualization exercise, and also Shopify. It was it was close to a $4,000 trip. I think the tickets were $1,400 a piece, and we went to the practice round on Wednesday. It wasn't even like the official tournament. So the visualization exercise was what got me there, the Shopify and all that. But visualizing it, I'm big into the law of attraction. If you have a plan, you know, I didn't just wish it to happen. I was also working on my business. In the meantime, while I was looking at this image every single day, I was, you know, I wasn't just saying it out loud, looking at it. I was also working my business. I was able to take them to the masters. So that is the power of visualization, law of attraction, whatever you want to call it. I'm a huge, huge fan of it. But you have to have, again, you have to have a plan for it. You can't just close your eyes and say, I want, and wish for $2 million. It doesn't work like that. So number 2 is decide on a niche market. This is something that trips up most people. Kind of understandable, I guess, but you want to find something that has a passionate audience, a product or a niche that has a passionate audience. People who are currently spending money on this item or in this niche. Competition isn't necessarily a bad thing. You have to have a USP, unique selling proposition. This is something so many people overlook, and it's so important with e-commerce. It's very, very competitive out there, and you have to have kind of a unique angle, unique selling proposition. Why? You have to answer the one question: why should I buy from your store over your hundreds of thousands of competitors? You have to answer that. The user on your website or your store should be able to answer that question immediately when they land on your store. It should be everywhere. It should be on your business cards, your social media, every page of your website. You know, maybe you offer some type of crazy guarantee. Maybe you donate a certain portion of your money to certain charity or something along those lines like that. Maybe you donate a product, maybe like Tom's Shoes is one where you buy a pair of shoes and then they donate a pair of shoes. There's a sock company called, it starts with a B, I can't remember. You buy a pair of socks, they donate a pair of socks to the to a homeless shelter. Apparently that is what is the most requested item is socks. So again, like I talked about in the beginning, you want to zig when others are zagging. You want to go against the grain. Not to say some of the popular niches can't work, but you have to have a unique selling proposition. So many people go into the dog niche, the cat niche, selling jewelry, which I did. I was kind of ahead of the gang and kind of beat the rush. But that's what everybody does, and it's very, very, very hard. It's too competitive, in my opinion. There's so many other niches out there that you can pick and dominate. So you must have an interest, or I shouldn't say you must. You should have an interest and or a passion for it. This is the most overlooked step and arguably the most important. There will be slow days. There will be slow weeks. There certainly could be slow months. And if you're chasing the money, you're going to throw in the towel, or you'll get very, very frustrated with things if you don't have a passion or an interest in it. You know, if it's something you have an interest in, it's not hard to go to work every single day. You know, you're having fun with it. You understand there's going to be bumps in the road. However, if you're chasing the money and you're doing something that you don't really enjoy, that doesn't really light you up, it's pretty easy to the bump in the road to kind of, again, swim halfway across the lake and turn around and swim back. So number 3 is you need to find suppliers, and there's a couple ways to do this. What a lot of people do is they kind of go overseas. The products are much cheaper. AliExpress is the middle one. It's similar to Amazon, only it's over in China. Much, much cheaper products. Quality sometimes can be an issue. I've had pretty good luck. I'd say 85% of the products I've sold have been good quality. Have had some duds. So you can buy products from these stores. eBay is another one that people use. So you buy a product for $2 to $3 and then you mark it up 3x, 4x, 5x, 10x, whatever. You mark it up from there. And again, there's a few other stores here. So you can find suppliers overseas. A lot of people do this because the margins, they think the margins are better because the products are cheaper. However, when you source products from the United States, typically from what I found, I use a jeweler in Austin, Texas, a drop shipper, I should say. Yes, their items are more expensive. However, the quality is much, much better. It is all sterling silver jewelry, so I can advertise sterling silver jewelry, and I can price it accordingly. I can charge quite a bit more. So really, the margin thing is pretty much a myth. Maybe not in all cases, but in a lot of cases it is a myth, because if you source products from the United States, typically, again, you're going to get better quality, so you could charge more money for it. A lot of people don't think that way. You find a $3 item on AliExpress and sell it for 10 or 15. You might find a United States supplier that's selling an item for around 15. You might be able to sell it for $65, $75. It really kind of depends. So you can use suppliers overseas. Everbuying is another popular one. Light in the Box and Wish are three other popular ones. Most of these are all overseas. eBay, you can find, obviously, people selling in the United States. A lot of the cheaper stuff, though, you can find. It'll be overseas stuff. I've also heard people reselling from Amazon and also Walmart. So you can find Amazon and Walmart. I think Amazon frowns upon that. I'm not too sure. I don't have experience with it, but I know some people who do Amazon do Walmart. Again, like I touched on, you can find U.S. suppliers. This is kind of what I prefer, is going to you can do either or. You can start with AliExpress or start with overseas, and then after you kind of get your feet wet, so to speak, build up some capital, then find some U.S. suppliers. Or you can just go to U.S. suppliers from the get-go, from the start. You're not going to have the delayed shipping times like you do with AliExpress. You're not going to run into any quality issues, or I shouldn't say any. You certainly can have quality issues with U.S. suppliers. I'm not saying they're all perfect. You have a less chance of quality issues. Also, when you ship products from China, the packaging is usually pretty damn beat up. It looks like it's been ran over by a car 17 times. There's black marks. Some of it can look pretty good, but some of it can get pretty damn beat up. And again, it's probably about 14 to 18 days your customer has to wait. Again, you can start that way as long as you're upfront with them about it and let them know that, hey, this is going to take 14 to 18 days. However, you don't need to do any of that, and you can start with U.S. suppliers and get the shipping in, 3 to 7 days. And again, not have to suffer quality. So step number 4, you need to pick a platform. There are plenty of them out there. I don't have experience with these 5 are the popular ones. There could be 25 other that are popular as well. These are just the ones that I am familiar with. Shopify is what I use, what I've used in the past. It's very, very, very simple. They have hundreds, if not thousands, of templates that are plug and play. You just pick them out, and a lot of free ones. They also have some premium ones that you pay for. But to get started, I would recommend just a free theme. Again, you have to zero web design experience. They make it super simple. BigCommerce is another popular one. I have no experience with this. I assume it's very similar to Shopify, though I assume it's pretty easy to use. ClickFunnels is more of an internet marketing product. It's kind of to build sales funnels, not like a complete store, but there are people that do very, very well selling physical products on ClickFunnels. I'm actually just kind of dabbling into ClickFunnels myself with physical products. WooCommerce is another one. That is something that plugs into WordPress. I use WordPress for all my websites, not my stores, but just personal websites. And then WooCommerce, I believe, is like a plugin, a software that plugs into it. I've heard great things about it. I don't have any experience. And Magento is another popular e-commerce platform. I have zero experience with it. Don't know anything about it. I think it's similar to WooCommerce, BigCommerce, and Shopify. So build a store. What you're going to want to do is use images from your supplier's websites, whether you're buying products from AliExpress or eBay or a supplier here in the United States. You're going to want to use the images that they have on their website. Typically, a lot of suppliers here in the States, they will have certain images that you can use. They'll have product descriptions you can use. They'll have titles, or not titles, product titles, product descriptions that you can use. You don't have to come up with it. Again, increase the price. You want to probably increase the price at the very minimum 2.5 to 3x. If you can do 3x, that's probably ideal, but you could probably make 2.5x work. If the price of the product is higher, if it's a wholesale price of $30, you could probably get away with the 2.5x. But shoot for 2.5 to 3x. You don't want to go anywhere lower than that, and you can go higher. Again, you can't rip the people off, but if you can position it at 5x and sell it that way, do it at 5x. I have some products in the jewelry store. I had products that were 8 to 10x what I was buying them for. Not a ton of them, but I positioned it the right way. You want to create a product name or product title, whatever you, again, if you're using U.S. suppliers, they typically have this done for you. You just use their product name, and their product descriptions are usually usually written very, very well. This next point here. If you're using a site, AliExpress or someone from overseas, eBay and things like that, you have to come up with the product name. A lot of their product names are really keyword stuff. They don't make any sense. So you have to come up with a name. Not that hard to do. Product description. If you're not a creative writer or persuasive writer, I highly, highly, highly recommend outsourcing this and having someone write the product description for you. It will make, I don't want to say a world of difference, but it will make quite a big difference. Having a product description written 50 words, 100 words. Usually the higher the price, the more words you want to use. You know, if you're selling something for $10 to $50, you could probably do a 50-word to 100-word description. If you're selling something that's a couple $100, you might want to go with a couple 100-word description. Here are a couple examples of product descriptions that are very good examples that I stole, or not stole, that I'm shouldn't say stole, that I'm borrowing from Amazon, that I'm showing you from Amazon. As you can see about the product, this is a very, very, very good one. This is all benefits. They're highlighting the benefits of this product. It's a face cream, reduce puffiness and dark circles. Our eye cream helps reduce puffiness, dark circles, crow's feet, eye bags, fine lines, and sagginess under and around the eyes. It's not telling you what's in it and things. This is just a benefit. Restore and rejuvenate, super anti-aging eye gel, safe natural ingredients, risk-free money-back guarantee. This is a great one. You should add on every product page something along those lines. Again, in bullet points, these are all capitalized, so the benefits really, really stick out. It's very easy to kind of just skim through and read those benefits. And then if you want more information, you read through. These are typically the features, although some of these are benefits as well. The next one, another really good one. They kind of capitalized these first ones. This isn't really a benefit, though, this first one. These are more features on this one. Mental focus and energy balance, that's a benefit there. But as you can see, bullet points work very, very well because people can kind of skim through. And to be honest with you, Amazon is the biggest e-commerce store in the world. So watch what they're doing. Go and search on Amazon and look for products that have 500, 600, 1,000, 1,500 reviews, and look at that product. You know, obviously, if they have 500 to 1,000 reviews, people are buying that product. So look at the page and kind of dissect it and kind of use those ideas. Again, the bullet points, again, very easy to kind of skim through and use those tactics of what they're doing on Amazon and use it on your store. Don't reinvent the wheel, basically, is what it comes down to. So here is, this goes into step number 5. This is Kevin Costner. He was in a movie called, what was it called? I'm drawing a blank. Field of Dreams. It's a baseball movie back in, I think, like the late 80s. And he had a very popular quote in the movie, and it was called, "If you build it, they will come." Well, Kevin Costner was a liar. Well, if he was talking about e-commerce, because that's not what it takes. You don't just build your store and then people come running to it. Unfortunately, that's not what it takes. You need to turn on the traffic. You need to send people to your store or get people to come to your store. What I like to use is Facebook advertising. Now, there's a ton of different, you could use Pinterest and Instagram and YouTube and Google and Bing and Yahoo. There's a ton of them. Facebook ads is very, very powerful. And why I prefer Facebook ads, at least to get started with, is you can target very specific interests. So let's say you start a fishing store and you're selling some fishing products, you know, rods and reels and fishing line and tackle boxes and other things like that. I don't know much about fishing, but you can look for people who like, there will be Facebook pages on Facebook, fishing rod manufacturers, fishing reel manufacturers, fishing lure manufacturers, and you can run advertising to people who like those specific pages. You know, your ads aren't going to be showing to someone who doesn't like those pages. Like myself, I don't like any fishing rod, reel, or lure manufacturers, so I wouldn't see your ad, and I wouldn't want to see your ad because I don't have an interest in it. You can target people who like fishing blogs. You can look for different fishing blogs and run advertising to fishing blog A, fishing blog B, fishing blog C, things like that. You can run advertising to fishing magazines, different fishing magazines, you know, and if you're selling some type of a fishing tackle box, you know, you run ads to different blogs and different magazines. You can also target by fishing books and or authors. I'm sure you could go to Amazon and look up some fishing books and kind of jot down, again, you look for the reviews, look for the popular books, and possibly that book could have its own Facebook page. Not all the time. Not every book is going to have a Facebook page, but the bigger ones certainly might have a Facebook page, and that goes along with authors as well. Maybe this person has written multiple fishing books. You can target multiple different authors. Again, not every author is going to have their own Facebook page, so you can't do it for all of them. You just kind of have to search for the more popular ones. Next is fishing experts and or celebrities. I know ESPN and like some other like sports stations do fishing shows, tournaments. So there's like expert celebrities in the niche. You know, you could, if they have their own Facebook page, you can run advertising to people who like that specific page. You think someone that likes Joe Smith, the professional fisherman, is going to want to buy a tackle box, or interested in a tackle box, or a fishing lure, or fishing rods, things like that? Absolutely, they're going to be interested. Again, the next one is fishing shows, different TV shows, ESPN, sports things, tournaments, also trade shows. I'm sure there's trade shows for fishing supplies and things like that. You just kind of have to do some research, and I love using Google for all of this stuff. I would Google fishing blogs, fishing mag, every single thing. I would copy and paste exactly here. Books and authors, I would go to Amazon, obviously. You can also look on Facebook and see what pages. You just search on Facebook for the exact same thing. The next is fishing associations. I would assume there's associations out there for fishing. You think if someone likes a fishing association, they might be interested in your 2-for-1 deal on fishing lures? Good chance, you know, or whatever else your store sells, whatever other fishing supplies. So that is why I like Facebook advertising, is there's so many different interests. You can really, really dive deep. And this is just covered like the surface. Like I said, you might be able to find 15 fishing blogs, 15 to 20 magazines, 10 to 20 different books, 5 to 7 experts. You might be able to find 50 experts. I have no idea. I'm not in the fishing niche, but there's a lot. That's a very passionate audience, people spending money. It is a competitive niche, so I would definitely recommend, again, like I talked about, having a unique selling proposition. Maybe you're big into fishing. You know, maybe you do videos on the weekends or pictures on the weekends of different fishing. You could blog about fishing, you know, or like I said, different videos, videotaping yourself out on the boat fishing. Things like that. People like that. That is a way to kind of separate yourself from the other stores. Again, you could offer some guarantees. You look at different fishing stores. Let's say the typical fishing store offers a 90-day refunds on their fishing rods. Maybe you offer 180 days or 365 or lifetime warranty, you know, something along those lines, something to separate yourself from the other fishing stores. So I kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent there. This was about Facebook ads, but again, this is just one example for a very passionate niche, people who spend money in. It is a competitive niche, so you would need to come with it at an angle, but this niche could do very, 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 very well with Facebook. And also you could branch off to YouTube would probably be another good one. Google AdWords would definitely be another good one. I don't think Pinterest, Instagram, I don't think. I could be wrong though. Bing and Yahoo would probably be another one. So you need to turn on the traffic. And again, I like to start with Facebook ads, but you certainly want to branch out to other channels once you kind of get the Facebook ads dialed in. So these are some of the questions I get asked a lot from people is, will this business model work for me? And my one question is, are you committed to your success? And the next question is, can you give me 90 days of focused action? On 90 days, you decide on a niche and you are committed to it. And you basically put blinders on for the next 90 days. I'm not saying you're going to make $1 million in 90 days, but you will gain some traction. You could gain a lot of traction, but you have to decide and you have to commit. If you can do those two things for 90 days, absolutely this business will work for you. Not a doubt in my mind. Why do I need you? You don't. There's plenty of information. Like I said, the strategy and tactics are about 10% of this business. The 90% is the mindset, is need help. I've made many, many, many mistakes over the years, and I want to help you avoid those mistakes that cost me time, money, energy. So basically, you're learning from my mistakes. You're taking the shortcuts. Not to say you could learn it for free on YouTube, but you're probably it's gonna take you more time. And you're going to make mistakes, which will cost you money. And also time is money. Another question I get asked is, I'm too busy. If you cannot dedicate 2 hours per day, again, about 10, 12 hours per week, 2 hours on average per day, then this is not for you. You can't do it with less than, like I said, 10 to 15 hours per week. If you can't dedicate that, I wouldn't recommend this business model. This sounds hard. Again, it's a mental thing. It's a simple business model, but this does take work. I'm not going to tell you that this doesn't take work. It does take failing. Again, it's mental. You will fail with this. When you're launching products, a lot of products aren't going to work. They're going to fail. And that is what 95% of people throw in the towel way too soon, because they don't realize it takes a lot of failing. It takes very thick skin to fail. You got to fail your way to success with this business. And you test products. Then once you find a winning product, you start making some money, start building some momentum, start gaining confidence in yourself and your abilities, and kind of the snowball rolls downhill. However, your first product that you launch and run ads to, it's probably going to fail. The third one, the fourth one, the fifth one. It might take 7 tries. It's getting to that first winning product that's the hardest part. And so many people I talk to give up after 1 or 2 products. They have these unrealistic expectations. So it is hard to learn on your own, but I want to give you an opportunity to learn from someone who's done it before and kind of motivate you to keep swinging the bat, basically. I don't have any money. I suggest having between $750 to $1,000 to invest in advertising. If you have $100, not to say it's not going to work, but the odds are stacked against you. It's going to be very, very tough, and I would not recommend it until you can get $750 to $1,000 or more that you can invest in Facebook advertising. Because if you have any less than that, you're going to be playing with scared money, and it's very, very, very hard to win with scared money. You're going to make dumb decisions, So $750 to $1,000, if you don't have that set aside just for the advertising, then this business is not for you. Again, you could do it with 100 to 200. It's just the odds are very, very, very tough. I started with $5 a day. Again, it can work. That was a year and a half ago. Things have changed. Again, not to say it can't work, but the odds are against you at the $5 a day or not having a lot of money to budget. Pick up a second job, drive for Uber, deliver pizzas, whatever you can do, make an extra $100 a week. To dedicate to your ads, to devote, hey, this pizza delivery money, or I'm delivering pizzas twice a week, and all my money, all my tips or whatever are going to Facebook ads to get this going. So definitely recommend having a minimum of $750 to sit away for advertising. So introducing Piss Off Boss. This is the course I put together. I'll kind of get into it, why I called it Piss Off Boss. I helped the branding guy. He started working, get into more details with him, but I helped him. He quit his job after 4 months, and it was one of the best feelings, besides having kids, one of the best feelings in the world was when he messaged me that he quit his job. And I was like, this is awesome. I need to put a course together to scale this, to get this into other people's hands. And I came up with Piss Off Boss. That's basically how I came up with it. So I'm not going to get all hypey. You listen to my story. You've heard what I had to say. I've outlined the 5 steps that it truly takes to get started with an e-commerce business. You know what I'm saying can help you. So Piss Off Boss isn't just a course. It's a step-by-step implementation program designed to help you launch your first profitable e-commerce store. It's to help you create a lifestyle business from scratch with very little risk using the exact same system I showed you today. So if you want to launch a profitable e-commerce store without spending a penny on inventory, if you want to launch a profitable e-commerce store without needing thousands in startup capital, if you want to launch a profitable e-commerce store without sacrificing your money, your sanity, or your reputation, then this program is specifically for you. Here's how we're going to do it. Module 1 is mastering your mind for success. We touched on this before. Again, this is so important. This is the most important step. We spend time on it. I give you assignments to do, and I expect that you do them every single day. Again, this is stuff I do every single day. I've been doing it for years. It's very, very important. Module number 2 is explosion of niches and profitable ideas. Kind of touched on what you need to look for when going into a niche. I'm going to give you some niche ideas, some different product ideas, things like that. Module number 3 is probably the one that trips up everybody. Mastering Facebook ads for maximum profits. This is launching Facebook ads and getting good with this. Module number 4 is building a sustainable business for long-term profits. This is U.S. suppliers. This is using fulfillment centers here in the United States. Bulk buying if you want to use a supplier in China. Bulk buying and having it shipped to a warehouse here in the States. That's what I did. I shipped all my product from China into a warehouse in Idaho and had them send out the product for me. I also used a drop shipper here in Texas in the United States. Number 5 is scaling your Facebook ads. This is where the money is made. Module 3 is mastering Facebook ads, launching the Facebook ads. Module 5 is scaling the ads. This is where you make your money. Well, this is where you're starting products at $5 a day, and then you start scaling it. You find a winning product, and then you go all in. I'm going to share with you a case study of how I did just under $95,000 in sales with one product. It was a ring. Did it in about 3 about over the course of 3 months. A good portion of it was 1 month, but it was about the course of 3 months. Did almost $100,000 with just a single product. A single product can change your life, and if you know how to scale the Facebook ads, and when you find a winner, it's absolutely life-changing. Module 6 is kind of just a recap of everything, and it's also leveraging beyond what you want to do with the store. Do you want a lifestyle business, or do you want, some people want to get, they go out and rent warehouse space, hire employees like locally. That's not for me. That's not what I do. That's not what I want to do. This is a lifestyle business for me. So you really have to think about what you want to do. Do you want to work a couple hours a week and generate a decent income or a really nice income? Or do you want to go all in and work 8 to 10 hours and hire locally in a warehouse and things like that, So you kind of got to figure that out. And again, it's going to recap everything, mindset work, and going forward. So tipping the scales in your favor, you get the tools and the resources you need immediately to jump to the head of the line on implementing your action plan. You get the complete 6-module system that covers all the areas you need to equip yourself and achieve your dreams that you can use immediately to finally create the life that you want. So skip the trial and error, because this course has already been proven to work, so that you can benefit from the mistakes of others, and more importantly, the mistakes that I've made over the years. So how does it work? So when you invest today, you're immediately going to download the first module and training materials in your members area. All modules are available so that you can work at your own pace. I know some people can only dedicate, like I said, maybe 1 to 2 hours a day. I also know people who can dedicate 4, 6, 8 hours a day. So I don't want to drip feed the content. It's completely up to you. I want you to work at your own pace. If you want to go through it over a couple weeks, you can do that. If you want to go through it in a weekend, you can do that as well. So your secret weapon to achieve clarity, empowerment, confidence, and possibly telling your boss to finally piss off. So how much? Again, this isn't just a course. This isn't just a training step-by-step implementation program that will result in a complete working e-commerce business by the time we're done. So option 1, you can hire me for one-on-one coaching, and I can personally teach you. Like I said, I just told you about the lady in London that I'm helping and pick another client. We're starting in a week and a half, the beginning of March. That first full week of March, we're getting started. It's $2,500 for a 6-week program. If you're interested, shoot me an email and I can shoot you the application. Or option 2, you can join the Piss Off Boss program today. So this is the retail price on my website. Actually, you can go to my website right now. It's $797 for the entire program. It's not bad for really a business in the box, explaining what Brandon did to quit his job and what a few others did. And I'll get into a few others here in just a bit. So here's the detail. I'm looking to help a few more dads quit their jobs, as there is not much better feeling than helping someone do that. Again, like I said, when Brandon messaged me last June that he quit his job, it was like having another kid. It was the coolest feeling. I couldn't believe it. I helped one person quit their job. So if you're willing to invest in yourself, I'm willing to invest in you. I'm going to pull out $300 out of my own pocket and invest that in your future success as a Piss Off Boss student. So right now during this training, I'm going to put $300 towards your tuition, which brings the investment down to $497. I want you to feel completely safe when you join today. Piss Off Boss comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you do the work and you can show me that you did the work and you don't get value from it, then I will cheerfully refund you 100% of your tuition. That is not all. In addition to your $300 discount, the 30-day money-back guarantee, I'm going to hook you up with a few more bonuses. So number 1 is it's a couple video tutorials, Fast Track to Shopify Success. And in these videos, I'm going to share with you why you must have a P.O. box and where to find a virtual one. A lot of people use their home address, and you cannot do that. Do not use your home address. You need a P.O. box. You can get one for less than $10 a month. I'm going to share with you how to properly set up your Shopify settings. Shopify does a great job with a lot of things. There's just a few things on their settings, their email settings, that they kind of don't share. Or at least I didn't see it. And very, very important to market to these people over and over and over again. You have to check a little box. Extremely important, your email list. The 2 pages you must have in place before running any type of online advertising. If Facebook were to catch you, they'll shut down your ad account if you don't have these 2 pages. I show you how to create these 2 pages. It's just a few clicks of the button and a couple copy and paste. It's very, very, very simple, but you must have these if you're running ads on Facebook or Google or Bing. Any ad platform requires these 2 pages. I'm going to share with you how to customize your theme without hiring an expensive designer or developer. I'm going to share with you the profit-producing apps I suggest when getting started. So many people get overwhelmed with which apps to choose. And when getting started, you want to keep it very, very, very simple. There's only one app, one paid app that I recommend when you get started. And it will pay for itself before they offer a free trial of 3 weeks. And it should pay for itself before you have to pay for it. In the free trials, and what I'm saying is, pay for it. It's a must-have. And I'm going to share with you how to install your Facebook tracking pixel in less than 60 seconds so that you can properly track where your sales are coming from. This is extremely, extremely important. You want to know which ads are working, which ads are producing results, and which ads aren't producing results so you can turn them off. The ones that are working, obviously, you're going to spend more money on them. So bonus number 2, I'm going to give you the list of my Shopify vendors. This came from a lot of trial and error, a lot of people that completely dropped the ball, and I lost a ton of money, a ton of time. It's more the time factor. When you deal with some of these vendors and you deal with them, you're waiting for 3, 5, 7 days, and then they come back with something horrible or not what you want, and you just rip your hair out. So I have a list of Shopify vendors, the writers, the developers, the designers, the company I use to create my store tagline. I think that's very important to have a tagline. A lot of people don't think that, but that's very important and can tie in with that whole USP that we talked about before. Bonus number 3 is I'm going to give you a list of 476 US-based suppliers. Again, like I said, you can start with China suppliers if you want, or you can go right from US-based, and you don't have to, your customer's not going to have to wait 14 to 16 to 18 days for their product. It's not going to get all beat up in the mail. And also, you could have a quality issue using overseas suppliers. You certainly could have it with US suppliers as well. I don't want to say that US suppliers are perfect, but I'm going to give you 476 US-based suppliers. 350 plus are officially licensed. Any sports team you want to sell for, any sports organization, just about, I don't want to say any movie, but tons of movies, tons of music, bands, things like that, TV shows. Just about whatever you could think of, you could sell officially licensed merchandise. So it's legal. You're legally selling it. A lot of people sell the knockoff stuff from China. It's illegal. You can get shut down. You can get sued. I know one marketer was sued last fall for $2 million for selling knockoff something knockoff. So you got to be careful with that when selling knockoff stuff. So these US-based suppliers, I think 80 of them are actually drop shippers. So they're very similar to AliExpress. You don't have to hold any inventory. They're just like you drop ship. So very, very, very valuable list here. Bonus number 4, you're going to get lifetime updates and access. About a month ago, I'd say, I did a training on how to create a USP. And I also included like a worksheet on how to create, you print off the worksheet and there's some questions to answer, and how to kind of craft a strong, unique selling proposition. Very important. So this is something that I just added in. And again, there's updates to Facebook and just different ideas for marketing. I'm working on ClickFunnels right now. I'm testing some things out. I don't want to say I'm having success. I've had a couple wins with it, but nothing to write home about. But I plan to include that here shortly, hopefully shortly, into the training as well, how to use ClickFunnels as well, just to kind of give another avenue. Bonus number 5 is probably the most, the biggest bonus is 4 live coaching calls every Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Vegas Standard Time, 4 live coaching calls where you can ask me anything and everything you want about Facebook ads or niche selection or Shopify or ClickFunnels or whatever you want. My favorite sports teams, if you want. It doesn't matter. We're going to do 4 live coaching calls. So you can get started. You can go to the link right there. I can add it into the chat here, which of course I don't have set up. There we go. That should be, yep, that's a live link. So you can click there, get started. And so what you're getting, just let's do a recap. 4-week personalized intensive mastermind, a value of $997. Multimedia training, worksheets, things like that, the done-for-you templates, step-by-step worksheets. $297 value for all the video training, the done-for-you templates. I share with you how to hire, how to post, exactly as copy and paste of what to post on job forums when looking for VAs. There's a couple things you have to edit, but not much. It's copy and paste. So, and also step-by-step worksheets, like I mentioned, the USP, how to create a unique selling proposition, among other things. A $297 value. A 24/7 mastermind forum, networking and support. It's a Facebook group that's priceless. The first bonus, like I said, the fast track to Shopify success. a $297 value. The next bonus is a list of Shopify vendors, $197 value. A list of 476 US-based suppliers, a $37 value. A list of, lifetime updates and access, a $297 value. And then 4 live coaching calls, a $1,997 value. So a total value of just over $4,400. Again, you can get started for $497 today. So this is Brandon. I've kind of mentioned him a couple times throughout the training. We started working together about a year ago, and we worked together for about 5 or 6 months, 4 months, 5 months. Yeah, I'd say 4 to 5 months we worked together. In month number 4, he let me know that he quit his job. He was a full-time employee at Solar City in Denver, Colorado. He struggled for a while before hiring me, and like I said, he generated $51,000 in sales. This isn't profit, in sales in his first 90 days. Told Elon Musk to piss off. Again, not really, but quit his job after 4 months of working together. Elon Musk is the owner of Solar City and Tesla and SpaceX and PayPal and a bunch of other things. So that's just kind of my joke that he told Elon Musk to piss off. He launched another store recently, 6 months ago, with somebody else. And I just got word he's done over $1 million in sales in 6 to 8 months. He's launching a private label brand, I think this month, last I talked to him, a completely new store. He's crushing it. He's doing awesome. Again, he's got a different, he's a young buck. These 25-year-olds, these young bucks, they want the $1 million business. I want the lifestyle business. So it depends what you want. The next is Thomas. He just turned 27 on Monday or Tuesday of this week, actually. We started working together last July. He told me he's a Marine in Pensacola, Florida. And last July, he told me, Adam, my military contract is up July of 2017. I do not want to renew it because it's a 4-year contract. He's like, I want to get this Shopify thing going. I don't want to do this military thing. And so I said, all right, well, we got 12 months. Let's get together. Let's not have you sign that military contract. He wants to be a stay-at-home dad to Gemma here and then his wife. And so within his first 30 days, he was doing $100 days. Within 90 days, he was having his first $1,000 days. I just talked to him a couple days. Actually, I just sent him a happy birthday text and we chatted. He's getting into I think he's starting a new store. He's in, I don't want to give away his niche, but he's doing very, very well. He told me he will not be signing his contract in July. He will be going full-time this July. In July of 2017, going full-time because of his Shopify business. So he's been doing this while juggling a full-time job on the base. And then he obviously is a father to Gemma here. So he's been doing this kind of part-time or kind of hustling, at nights and weekends and things like that, and doing very, very, very well. And I know he sent me a text message a month ago. He had $10,000 left over from the holiday rush that he spent and went and got a new computer, reinvested into the business, was smart with it. So not bad having $10,000 left over. This is Jillian. This is a lady that actually her and I are still working together. We started working together in October. She had some health problems in November and was kind of bed rest she was in the hospital. She was on bed rest for a lot of time, and she was averaging $300 to $500 per day in profits in November. We just shared the screenshot. I don't have it in the slideshow. I have to add it. She just told me on Tuesday. She did $26,000 in her first 2 months in sales, and it was about 55% profit. Not bad, not bad. And again, this was health. She had some health concerns. She's ready to get back into it. That's why her and I just touched base just on Tuesday. So she's in a very unique, untapped niche. She zigged when everyone was zagging. I had never heard of this niche when we started talking in October. And at first, I didn't even think it was possible. And when we started doing some Facebook research, I was blown away with how many people were in this niche. And again, it's untapped. And next one is Tim. This is a buddy of mine. This is a guy I've been following for years, since 2010. Since I got into this business, I look up to this guy. I can now call him a friend. We worked together, and in his first month, he did $10,000 in sales, just over like $10,000 and like $30 on day number 30. It was really cool if he got to the 5-figure mark in his first 30 days. First e-commerce store, zero experience with Facebook ads. He is an internet marketer. He's more into the Kindle and selling digital product space. So he had no experience in e-commerce, no experience with Facebook ads. And did $10,000 in sales in his first month. He's in a different niche. It's a passionate one, but it's not overcrowded with marketers. And I think that's why he had such good success. His first 30 days was he zigged when everyone else was zagging. So let's just recap here. What you're getting: a 4-week personalized intensive mastermind, multimedia training, done for you templates and step-by-step worksheets, a 24/7 mastermind forum, networking and support, fast track to my Shopify success, list of my Shopify vendors, list of 476 US-based suppliers, lifetime updates and access, and 4 live coaching calls. Total value of just over $4,400, and you can get started. You just click the link in the live chat there, and that should take you right to the order page. If you have any questions, please leave them below. It's been pretty much right on time, right at the 60-minute mark. 63 minutes, it looks like. Any questions, let me know. If not, I'm going to be wrapping this up. It looks like the screen is blurry. I'm not sure why that is. Really blurry on my laptop. I'm kind of watching it, so I apologize for that. God, or maybe I need glasses. No, because my computer, it looks great. Really clear. So I'm not sure why that is. Hopefully it's not blurry on your end. But so if you have any questions, please leave me a message. If you don't have any questions right now, shoot me an email about anything. I'm more than happy to help. Thank you very much for coming. It looks like there's only a few people that popped in and out of here. It looks like there's a couple people still on the line. So thank you for staying to the end. I appreciate it. And again, if you have any questions for me, post them now or shoot me an email. I'll sit around for about another 60 seconds. And then I'm going to take off. I got some work. I got a lunch to go to, actually, with another internet marketer who I've never met before. He just moved to Vegas. Well, he moved last summer. We met through the internet. We met through Facebook. We're going to actually meet in person. So if you have any questions, let me know. If not, I see no questions coming up. Shoot me an email. I'm always happy to help. Again, thank you very much for attending. I do appreciate it.